live from Las Vegas at the GCA show. After 2 years of hiatus, we're back in Vegas. World's largest cardboard trade show booth. Live here in Martinsville, Indiana. Live from Norwood Royal Cigars.
When you guys said, we want you to come on the show once a month, I was like, dude, this is it.
Happy afternoon here from cloudy Florida.
Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Presented by Kristoff Cigars.
Come on in, the water's fine.
Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
And happy evening.
Happy evening.
Evening.
Good evenings, everyone. Welcome to the Great Lakes Podcast Smoke Show. And we got a hot one tonight. It's NFL hot also. So we are so excited to have our two special guests this evening. And before we get started, I want to ask you all, please get your watch party set. Send it out there. Share with everybody you know. Let them all see two special guests that we have tonight. For all you rookies out there, the first time you see who we are, let me introduce myself. My name is RnA Pecorini. My man Kyle Jesso right here. We're
evening,
nice and
everyone.
warm. Now we're going to send you to the Floridas and tundra of Florida.
Sunny Florida, where it's warm here. Yes. A warm.
Don't tell nobody that we're inside. They don't know. We're in a studio. But those other guys down there in the studio with their
We're in the
warm. This is my brother Bob
Hi, folks.
and the one and only cousin Frank.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you go?
And folks, thank you for joining us tonight. We've got two special guests and an amazing cigar line that is just blowing us all away, which all of us are smoking this evening, and we're going to get into it shortly. Go ahead. All right. He's going to show it. He couldn't wait.
Oh, yeah.
He is too excited
It's
about
a delicious
this one.
stick. I mean, this is the Black Moses. Oh, the notes that are coming off this. This is a great.
And
great
we were going
smoke.
to talk about those
Yeah.
notes shortly. But before we do that, let's have a word from our sponsors.
Oh, look at Ronnie. You didn't write to sponsors.
Wow.
We didn't even see. We didn't even introduce anybody. I mean, what?
No.
We're going to leave our guests hanging here. At least we introduce them, then we go to sponsors. How's that?
Wow, he's having a happy time.
We always
Having
get
a happy time.
sponsors, but you don't want to hold the guys in the green room.
Wow,
And then we have a party night with our two
Listen,
guests.
Howie,
We have
don't
to
worry.
break
We're
it
going to
up.
come back to you and Ike, but this is the way he rolls. Sometimes we don't know what happens. So be ready.
Anything can happen.
Anything could happen.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet no, I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Cigar in the Bottle is two palate-pleasing gifts in one. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda two-way humidification.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
And we're happy to be back.
And we are back. And now, further, we won't have any disturbances or problems or whatever. We're going to invite our special guests. So, folks, join us. Welcome the one, the only, Howard G and Ike Taylor.
All right.
What's up, man?
All right.
Yes, gentlemen. How are
Welcome,
you?
guys?
Cheers.
And
Salute.
welcome, and thank you
Cheers.
both of you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
We're smoking what he's got right behind him.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and that it is. And Bob, you want to tell them exactly what you are smoking? So they,
Oh, well, I think the people can see it right behind them.
some
we
people are not aware of that, but you mention it, and then we're going to get into what it is.
Yeah, it's
Can you see
beautiful.
it, Frank?
I mean, first of all, you got to love this label.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a
I
great
think it's
label.
fantastic.
Fantastic
Totally
label.
unique. And it's got the one of a kind in the back with the eyes and I call it the Joker face.
It's kind of, kind of,
Joker smile.
but a fantastic stick.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Really, really impressive. I'm getting notes of hay and fresh grass on the initial light. I'm really liking it though.
And a little bit of white pepper.
A little
in
bit
the
of white
retro.
pepper on the retro hill.
Just a little bit, just enough to know that you're really getting that full flavor. You're not sacrificing any flavor
No, not
in
at
this
all.
cigar at
And these
all.
are made in what? New Jersey, you said?
Let's let the real experts tell them what's going on with that taste. Guys, tell us a little bit about this fantastic cigar.
Hey, listen, so obviously y'all smoking a one of a kind, right? And y'all killing me with this New Jersey tobacco. But I get it. I hear the accent, so I love the accent upstate, especially in the New Jersey and New York area.
There you go.
Y'all smoking and Howard G smoking the one of a kind. So the one of a kind is 80% Nicaraguan, 20% Lancaster, PA. So what I like, and it's wrapped in Sumatra. So at first I was an Atabey fan. That was my go-to cigar. So I said, man, let me get something similar to this Atabey. And I'm not saying it's anything near Atabey. What you're smoking now is my palate.
Right.
So what we doing now is drinking a Sojourn, and this is a red wine. So I'm a red wine kind of guy. So I try to mimic my red wine.
Nice.
With cigar.
There you
So with the cigar, with the one of a kind cigar, how I look at my red wines is I think my red wines, if y'all can agree, if you do drink red wines,
Yes.
they get better with age.
Absolutely.
So exactly. So Howard G asked me, he put me through the process. So I went through 40 cigars, narrowed it down to 20, 10, 5, and I came up with a 2, and that's Nicaraguan tobacco and Lancaster, PA tobacco. Now, the reason why we went to Lancaster, PA tobacco is, first, you know, I played for Pittsburgh. So
Right.
Yes.
put the 2-time in front of the Super Bowl champion. And I want to do something Pittsburghish.
Right.
Since I couldn't go Pittsburghish, I went with PA. So if anybody know anything about Lancaster, PA, that's Amish.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I've been there many times and saw lots of fields.
Huh?
I've been there many times in Lancaster. I know it very well.
So if you know anything about the Amish people, you know they understand the land and the earth and the soil.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
I do.
That's what you do know. Now, when it comes down to furniture and building houses, they're on a whole nother level. They're on
Right.
a level years ahead.
Oh, true.
Right? So why not get the tobacco where where they understand the soil? So that's exactly what I did. So how he put me through the process, it was a process. I'm talking about I was probably sick for like 10 days.
Wow.
Howie was, I said, Howie, I didn't want to be like your typical athlete. So what I understood was just me just looking at and going to cigar bars. I said, man, people who really and truly smoke cigars, they know what kind of cigars they like, and they don't usually venture off into their cigars. So as an athlete, yeah, you can have a big name and they'll try your cigar, but once they try your cigar, they don't like your cigar, they're not going back to your cigar.
True.
So Howie has a saying. He said, man, we just want to be a part of your humidor. And that stuck with me. So I said, okay, so to be a part of your humidor, I got to come out with a good cigar and some tobacco. So therefore, he put me through the process. Now, after the process of me smoking 40 different tobaccos, I'm like, you know what, man? These are two I like. Now, this was a blind test, fellas.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
This was a blind test.
Nice.
So Howie and his aficionados, they're like, okay, this is exactly what I likes. This is his palate. This is what he likes. Now, when it comes to wine, I'm a cab guy. My low might be too strong for me. I gotta be in the mood for it. Pinot Noir is too light for me. I gotta be in the mood for it. So what I like to drink every day, if I'm drinking a wine, it's a cab. Now, what I like to smoke every day, it's a Sumatra. So that's how Howie and his aficionados came up with the Sumatra wrap.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You go with the one-of-a-kind cigar. So you got 80% Nicaraguan, 20% Lancaster, PA, wrapped in the Sumatra. That was the likings to Howie and his aficionados. Because Howie is an aficionado. So that's what y'all smoking right now. Y'all are really smoking my palate. But I wanted, as a former athlete, to go through the process. And the reason why I wanted to go through the process is we got former athletes who have cigars, they smoking our cigars. So that's even better for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I like
Right.
that.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I love about this cigar too, Howie? And that's a tribute to you and the guys who are manufacturing this stick. If you look at this, look at how beautiful that ash is. I mean, look at the burn. You can't get more even than that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And the draw.
and the draw is
on
a
this
perfect.
is beautiful.
It is. It's
Beautiful.
It's a perfect draw. And that, again, like I said, Howie, you've got it going on. And when we say like he's taken off, you're just at the beginning of your voyage in this industry, Howie. I mean, the things that you're going to do you're gonna break barriers all over the place. Sticks that you're coming out with are just, and I can't wait to hear about all the new things because I know you got some things up your sleeve. So that
Are we going to hear them tonight?
You're going to be up in lights for the next couple of years, man.
oh yeah.
You're going to be up there, man. I'm
Going
telling
to be on Radio City. There you go. Now, how
There you We're pairing this with bourbon right now,
and it's fantastic.
and it's a great pair.
Great pair.
Great pairing.
I tell you this, fellas, you know, and I appreciate all the love you guys give us from day one and the support. But the way I look at it is a little different. This industry of just smoking cigars the last 13, 14 years, you know, and I tell people this all the time, and I sound like a broken record, but, you know, 95% of the people that's closest to me, I met them off of a cigar.
Nice.
I mean, down to my fiance. I mean, I literally through cigars. I literally enjoy, you know, just sitting down and meeting people, having conversation and building those relationships. And so, you know, the one thing is, you know, Ike's my brother. I mean, literally, I love him to death. But working with him has been one of the most enjoyable processes in anything, because to get a two-time Super Bowl champion, an athlete who's reached the pinnacle of success in his profession, to come and tell me to my face and say, listen, bro, I'm going to start from the bottom. I need you to show me the process. Show me what you know. And a lot of times we're together and we're just talking, or I'm talking and engaging with people, and Ike doesn't talk as much as I do, because I talk a lot, but I will interject in.
We didn't notice that, Howard. We didn't notice that.
I mean, literally, I will. But
So, Ike, what are you going to say about that? Talk to us, Ike.
when he interjects and then he starts to say the things, it takes away from a sales standpoint of a person making a cigar, right? Because when you look at the other athletes that are huge names out there, that if you talk to them about their particular cigar, they can't really tell you about it because it had nothing to do with the process.
Right.
It was a company that just made a cigar for them, and then they put their name on it.
Right.
And so what we did with the All Pro series is we didn't want that because this is a residual to us. This is a residual smoke. And so I look at, the cigar standpoint like I look at the barber shop. If I came to a barber shop in your city and you didn't want me to get my hair cut except by this particular individual over here, no matter how long his line was, we were going to wait until that guy's open for me to get a haircut by them.
Right.
And that same thing is with cigars. You come to Corona Cigar and you come and see there's 2 million cigars in Sand Lake. There's at least 500,000 cigars in Heathrow and downtown. And so when you come in there, those guys in there are not starstruck. Those guys are real cigar smokers. And they don't care who you are. You know what I mean?
And by the way, Howard, you are on the top shelf there, by the way.
Oh, over in Heathrow, you're right
on
next
the top
to
shelf.
You're
right next to Saka.
Yeah. Good spot
It doesn't
right
get
there.
any better than that, man.
In Sand Lake, we're on the top shelf too. We got
Yeah.
to downtown.
That's awesome.
That's
yeah.
big, bud. That
a
is
good
big.
spot. That's a great spot to be in. I love it.
But from that point, it's just the one of a kind, and we can't forget about what Ike smoking, the big Cersei, big Leon.
Oh
that's
yeah,
phenomenal smoke.
absolutely.
Little phenomenal smoke.
Absolutely.
That we enjoy, and the sales are going off the charts for that cigar because a lot of people are intimidated by that size.
Right.
Now we tell them, hey, just smoke it one time. And now it's people that would never thought would smoke that cigar. It's a part of their humidor, and we can't do nothing but just be appreciative and excited about that.
Well, I've smoked it a couple of times, and it's a great smoke. It really is.
Now I've been smoking cigars for a minute. If anybody follow the Pittsburgh Steelers, they know the chief. So the chief is Dan Rooney's RP, Papa Dan Rooney. That was his dad, and they found it, and they started the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1933.
Yep.
One thing the chief always had with him was a cigar. And I started getting to cigars after we won our first Super Bowl. That was 2005. But little did I know, I knew nothing about cigars. But what somebody gave me was an Ataman, and that's the cigar I remember. So I'm like, okay, so you start me on the top shelf.
Right.
You damn near start me with the Louis the 13th if we come down to drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so the price point for the Louis ain't for everybody.
Right.
So for me, it was how can the taste point be for everybody and the price can reach to the majority of the people. So that's when Howard and I kind of came up with the price. But as far as like the taste and the value, and I'm loving that you're saying that you like the ash of the cigar.
Oh yeah.
It means a lot to me, not only Howie, because y'all are true cigar smokers. And that's what I tell people, which we was talking about tonight at Corona Lounge on Sand Lake in Orlando. Like, hey man, you can't fool a true cigar smoker. I don't care who you are. You can be a billionaire. You can be a guy who works for a billionaire. True cigar smokers know good cigars and tobacco. They know exactly what they like. And they have a rotation of cigars that they're going to smoke. But again, like I was talking to y'all at the beginning of the show, we just want to be a part of your humidor. So what I told Howard was, Howie, my career, I had to start from the bottom and work my way up. In this cigar business, I want to start from the bottom and work my way up. I don't care nothing about a name. All I want people to say is, okay, Ike and Howie, all they dish up is good product.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with. So,
well, that's what I think makes it even more special. The fact that you were so heavily involved in it,
in the process,
that it's not just a marketing tool.
Right.
You didn't slap your name on it and say, oh yeah, that's my cigar. No, it truly is your cigar. You created this.
Yeah.
It's representation of you on many levels.
Yeah.
So, and that's something to really be proud of, because it's not easy to do that in this industry, and to do it right out of the gate.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
I'll look at
Ike, one thing also is that
Yes,
there
sir.
are so many celebrities out there who try to put their name on it, and they don't have the passion like you do, and the understanding. You start from the bottom, you work way up. They think their name is going to carry them, but you know what? It only carries so far if you don't stay with it and grow with it and show the passion that you have with it. There has been. And there's a bunch out there, and I'm not going to mention names. We all know who they are. They come, they go, and they live off their legacy. But what you just said about starting on the bottom and working your way up, and that's like $1 million talk. Fantastic. And kudos to you.
I appreciate that. Thanks, fellas. I treat the cigar like I'm raising a kid.
Right.
So
So
when
lifetime
you want a kid with your values, you want a kid with your work ethic, you want your kid to start from the bottom. And hopefully your kid can represent you well, whether you're living or whether you passed away. That's the same way I look at our cigars. I want our cigars, or at least my cigars, and that's my brother Howie, to be a representation of, you know what, this our kid. So when you smoke our cigar, how our kid feel to you, how our kid respect you. Do our kid say yes sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir? Yes. So the fact that y'all are giving me kudos and us kudos about this cigar, I appreciate that.
Well, you want to leave that legacy. When that time comes, when you leave us, you want that cigar brand, your name on it, both of you, to carry on the name. I mean, see all the greats that are out there that created the industry, they're gone, but their name, their family name,
they live on forever.
I mean, Ike's going to be known for his 2 Super Bowl championships and a awesome stick,
and a Super Bowl stick.
An awesome
championship
stick.
And these are Howie, like Frank said earlier, you're already set the championship mode for your line, and you can only go up from here, man. That's this. It's hard to keep beating and coming through, but I know that the passion that both of you have are going to create this happening, because you're both fairly young guys, so you got a long way in this industry to go and make
I have a question for you, Howie. How did you and Ike meet? I know that you guys work out together in the gym. I know Ike's been kind of getting you in shape, because you're going to be getting married, and you can't be having any, you can't have a keg. You got to work towards a little bit.
Frank, I got to tell you. So, I've kind of fallen off the ladder. And I'm gonna tell you what, I didn't really want you guys to mention that, because he turned into
He fell off the ladder.
We had to talk with Ike before this.
It's a kind of sore subject right there, because you guys know Ike as the nice, calm, just cool guy. Ike's not that on the road when you're working out. And it's been plenty of times I look at Ike and I say, Ike, look. This is my heart. It's just broke.
You do that every time with him when you say about the Dallas Cowboys. What are you doing, man? He's breaking you up all the time.
But I have to tell the God honest truth. I started working out with Ike in 2020 when the pandemic happened. And when the pandemic happened, every day I was on a regiment with him, and I lost 45 pounds in 90 days.
Wow.
Whoa. Literally, I was just withering away. I drank 1 Macallan. It was, but I felt so great, and it looked great. And then I started running. Once everything opened back up, I started running again. And before you know it, I was inching. So Ike comes to me, he goes, "Hey, bro," he say, "the CEO of the company can't be a Pillsbury Doughboy." The only rebuttal I could have is I say, well, touch me in the stomach. And he put me in the stomach, and I said, "Hoo-hoo."
You're ready for Ghostbusters, right?
but I'm excited to say that he's been a little bit more lenient with me, and so now I'm back on the Peloton, and I'm doing 10 miles a day on the Peloton and stuff like that.
Wow.
Now, I'm not up to how this guy will run 5-7 miles like it's nothing. Like I'm just not there yet, but I'm back on the process to get back to 225. And I'm gonna just try to stay right there instead of that 255 range. I got too much money in my Robert Graham shirts, and when I put it on, and this part right here look like spandex.
The buttons start to get,
So I'm back on it. And we're doing well. We're going down. I get back on the scale. I say I lost 1 pound. That's the progress, Howie.
That's progress.
For 90 days.
Yeah.
Hey, but Howie, you know, in all honesty, sometimes when you're doing your workouts and stuff, you need that friend of yours to kick you in the ass to keep you going, to make sure that you don't fall down again. He's going to be there.
He don't kick you in the ass. Like, he kicks you in your whole body. Like, when he kicks you, you ain't got any energy. Like the heart is just gone. The love is gone. You're like, I'm looking at Ike like I'm at boot camp in the military. I don't want to talk to you. And then after we work out, he's like, all right, bro, let's come hang out, smoke a cigar. Do you think I really want to smoke a cigar? Like, you really want me to? And he pissed about it. But you know what it is, guys? In all seriousness, all it is it's nothing but love, you know, because he takes that serious. I just want him to know I'm not a 2-time Super Bowl champion. So just don't work me like I played with you with the Steelers. Work me like an amateur. You know? You don't get it, so I just got to go with the flow. I'm listen. One thing about it, I'm gonna fight to the end.
Yeah.
Well, that's a winner.
I passed out about a couple weeks ago.
Good work on him, Mike. Keep it up.
Well, here it is in a nutshell. So Howie, Ike just wants you to stay around longer. He wants his best friend to be around longer. So
there you go.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good faith. He just wants to make sure that you live a long, healthy life.
Yeah, sharing the love.
Correct.
Absolutely.
I look at it. If you the youngest out of the crew, you gotta look the youngest out of the crew.
Yeah.
Well, that leaves Bob, Frank, and me out. I don't know about that.
Well.
Hey guys, should we try just for men and try to darken up our whites at least?
No, that doesn't look good. It looks bad on me. I looked like a terrorist when I did that. It wasn't good.
Oh, wow. So Frank mentioned something a little bit earlier. I don't know if there's something that you could mention. Maybe you can do an exclusive. What's new, if anything?
Yeah, let's see in that sleeve. What's in that sleeve?
Do we have an exclusive? Shall we play our exclusive music just for you right now?
Well, play some exclusive music. We like music, so go ahead. Play some.
Breaking news here, folks. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I like it.
Hear it right here. Take it away.
So we have a few different things that's coming out for the year of 22 and 2022. I'm sorry. And one of the things that we're excited about, a lot of people don't know, but Ike's birthday is on a national get drunk day. It's called Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
and so on Cinco de Mayo, we will be releasing a cigar under the One of a Kind series. It's the One of a Kind, but it's going to be a Connecticut wrap.
Okay.
And Ike designed a torpedo for it.
All right. Yeah.
And we're going to call that what cigar, Nate?
We put Ike on the spot.
Wow.
I like when we do
Get
that.
Yolanda wants to know, when are you going to have an event? When are you going to bring that to Lake Mary? Maybe on Cinco de Mayo we can do a special, and Bob and Frank can do a podcast of this exclusive.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ike?
I think he gave y'all enough information.
Oh, come on, man.
We're not giving away the name.
You're in 58 countries around the world right now. Come on, let's do that. How about a fantastic Cinco de Mayo show?
Event.
Nah, so what I asked Howard was, I said, Howard, look, I want a morning smoke. I say, man, after I get done working out, I like to get up and smoke in the morning. I'm a 10:30, 11 o'clock smoker. That's what I like to do.
Right.
Can I do something with a Connecticut wrap? He said, all right, sure. So he said, when do you want it done? Now, we've been talking about this for probably a year, and it's going to be done by, Cinco de Mayo because it's my birthday. Mm-hmm. So, again, we just had to go through the process. And we probably say this over and over and over and over again. But we truly and really understand and believe, without going through the process, you're really nothing.
Right.
So
you got to.
We understand not only in life but this business. So when y'all get this, Connecticut wrap, one of a kind, smoke on Cinco de Mayo, I think y'all gonna like it. But now this is the first time on a podcast or just nationally that we talked about, this Connecticut. We've told people in person, but we never got on live and social media and talked about this Connecticut wrap. So
well, you just
y'all
exclusive.
Well, we're ambassadors,
We are ambassadors. And we need to have that information ahead of the curve.
Just so you guys know too, so we have the one of a kind polos coming out, so we'll make sure you guys have that as well.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But
Awesome.
like I was saying, that particular cigar is going to be looked at as a breakfast cigar. When you look at the industry in a whole, the number one cigars that are sold are Connecticut wrap cigars. Yeah. And the reason why sometimes it's a placebo in the minds of people that they believe because the cigar has a Connecticut wrap that's going to be a lighter cigar. Yeah. Not necessarily true.
Not true.
But
not lately.
So there's a lot of cigars that sell a lot because of it's a Connecticut wrap. Right. And so one of the things about that particular cigar, it's going to be full of flavor. It's going to have the same tobacco that we have in the one of a kind.
Right.
But we're just going to put that torpedo wrap in a aged Connecticut wrapper on it. So it gives you that consistent, mild smoke, but it's full of flavor. So it won't taste bland. I guarantee you that. Mm-hmm. And it will appeal to the palates of people that even smoke stronger cigars because they will be able to taste the flavor inside of it. Wow. And so that same one-of-a-kind tobacco, that same process, that same waiting, 120 days after it's been rolled to let it rest and let everything let the, it's kind of like when I tell people about when you cook a meal, right? And they cook a meal, a lot of times people don't eat leftovers. Well, I eat leftovers. And the reason is it gives that food more time to soak in together and get all the full flavors. So it's like for me, I love the Thanksgiving meal the next day on Friday. Enjoy it on the actual Thursday.
Always better.
The stuffing is even better.
And so what we're doing with that particular cigar, it's the same thing we do with the one of a kind, is we're going to keep it on the same process. So it's going to be an aged Connecticut wrapper that we already have, and also the same one of a kind tobacco that's going to go in that with that torpedo, and we're going to let that sit another 120 days as well. And that's why we're going to release it on his birthday, which is on Cinco de Mayo, for that time. So I can't promise an event on that day because when you're a two-time Super Bowl champion like this guy and you have a birthday, you don't know what part of the world he's going to be in. But I guess we want to get something done that particular month when we unveil it. And Lake Mary is definitely one of the spots that we would definitely unveil it at. You know,
we will definitely see you on that day.
Yolanda's going to be happy about that
and
one.
You know what I'm seeing?
What are you saying?
And I'm seeing at the Corona Lounge with the new Ike Taylor, Connecticut, with a cappuccino special.
Oh, yes, the cappuccino really.
It is a morning smoke.
It is, yeah.
Better than
I'm feeling
Or
this.
the wine,
I'm feeling this.
or the wine, but I do feel the cappuccino. In 2023, you can have one for sure.
But you're right, Howard. Most people, because of in the past, the Connecticut is basically a lighter smoke. It's always been that way. But recently, people have kicked up the game on Connecticut's. We've been smoking some Connecticut's lately that have a ton of flavor. They've been really excellent smoke. So I'm looking forward to yours. That's for sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
Absolutely. We're definitely excited about it.
Howard, can you tell the audience how they can get in touch with you and get your smokes if you do have anything?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and let them know. Folks, get your information, pen and paper, or whatever you want to do.
So you can find us at www.howardgcigars.com. We have everything on that line there. You can also find us at your local tobacconist that carries our line in well, of course, Corona Cigar. They carry everything. Pittsburgh, there's a list of places in Pittsburgh, a list of places in Atlanta. We're doing a virtual tour now. I mean, a tour now across the country now with all these shows. We picked up so many more accounts, and we're super appreciative of it because of people that have ordered the cigars. Even at TPE last week, you know, what was so great about that show? We picked up another 25 accounts.
Wow, very nice.
And it was people that we didn't know. They woke up, they saw the name, they said, "Hey, we've heard of this cigar," or "Hey, some people have asked us about this cigar," and then we sat there and talked to them, and then before you know it, they was placing orders all across the country. So we're excited about that. But so if there's somewhere in your area that carries our line, we would prefer you go there.
Right.
We grab that. We always want to support the local brick-and-mortar store, 1,000%, and we do that ourselves. You know, we pretty much live at Corona's.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But I mean, you know, you can't listen. We've been going there forever. That's the house. So, but if not, you can actually catch us at howardgcigars.com where we have everything, and we unveil everything as well there. And you can also follow us on Howard G Cigars on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook as well. And you can also follow One of a Kind Cigar.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to find one of a kind cigar as well, because Ike is going to have a lot of, he's constantly, Ike posts way more than we post our cigar. He's constantly posting. And so you're able to know where we're at. We have a lot of events lined up. I mean, 2022 is really going to be an amazing year. Last year was great, but 2022, we're gonna knock the roof off the house. I'll tell you this: on the 18th of February, this month on the 18th, I'll be in Jacksonville at Island Girl Cigar. Okay, doing an event there. Our whole line and Leon Cersei, who lives in Jacksonville, we're gonna be doing that there.
Okay.
And then on the 19th, which is a Saturday, we're going to be at Aroma Cigar in Jacksonville. So those are the two largest cigar spots in Jacksonville that carries our line and then moves off the shelves left and right. So it's only fair that we do a nice event there for those two establishments. And of course, the big Cersei is there. And then I'll tell you this: on the 23rd of February, you're going to catch all of us. Myself, Leon, and Ike will be at Davidoff of Geneva in Tampa.
Wow.
Nice.
So we're an event, and that event is going to be lights out. If you saw our events at Corona, Sand Lake, downtown, and Lake Mary, wait till you see it at Davidoff. It'll be that same type of impact and movement. And we've been blessed to have a huge following that follows us and comes to our shows and our events, and honestly, we just have fun. We have fun. We smoke cigars. We meet people, and we just create lasting relationships with people that we come encounter with. But one thing I cannot and we this place we're so excited about. It's not a real huge spot, but the fact that we sell a lot of cigars out of Disney World and Disney Springs is just something that really makes us feel good from the standpoint of, you know, the guys there, you know, shout out to Al from Sosa Cigar, you know, those people, they constantly are ordering the line over and over, which blew us away because, you know, we found out there's so many people that come to Disney World, of course, Disney Springs. We found out how many people walk into the humidor in a 365 days is over 200,000 people. So that humidor, you open it up, and your eye level, as soon as you open that humidor, it's the straight across. It's the whole line from the Black Moses Magic Stick in the All Pro Series.
Wow.
And those guys, those gentlemen there also have shirts.
There you go.
And they really like the cigars. So we also tell people, if you're at Disney Springs, you know, do like we do. Let the wife go shop. Let the go shop. And go have a cigar over at Sosa if you're in that area. You know, pick up something from the line and sit down, and you have a great time there as well. So, but on top of that, man, guys, you know, you guys are family. We talk to you all the time. We got a lot of things in place, but you know what this year for us with the being able to open up a little bit more, we're just going out and doing events. You know, we've done some amazing events in Pittsburgh. Like literally, and I tell Ike all the time, you know, I got this right eye. This little right eye gets teary. It gets really watery. You know, when you know, because I look at things from a standpoint of just appreciation of everything. And so being in Pittsburgh, and shout out to Roger Patel in Pittsburgh and the management there, you know, on Sundays, you know, when it's still a football, they bring the one-of-a-kind boxes to the front. That's the featured cigar.
Nice.
Wow.
So Ike and I go there, not doing an event. We just happen to be going in town, and then we're sitting up there in VIP. And one of the most things it really got my attention. And I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, but Pittsburgh, they got a special place over here with me because sitting up there and watching all those people with black and yellow on. I mean, these people are diehard. Black and yellow on. And then I look down and I'm nudging Ike. I'm like, look, and half the room is holding up a cigar.
That's beautiful. Respect.
I say, man, look over there. Ike stands up, and the whole crowd is like, yeah. Well, and, you know, I'm like, what a terrible towel. Let me swing the towel a little bit because you know, the love that they have for him, you know, obviously gave me the love as well. And so Pittsburgh, we have about 7 or 8 lounges there, but there's a whole lot more lounges that's been reaching out to us from Pittsburgh. Shout out to Josh at Smokestack. There's an amazing cigar line, cigar lounge there that we have a phenomenal time. I had some guys come to us that have private lounges, you know, in different cities in there that we're going to be doing events there this year as well. So we're going out there to the people. You know, we're
started, it sounds like.
I think you're going to have to make a trip to Chicago, and that area, you know, Ron and Kyle are going to get you into a couple of lounges.
I mean, Frank just reading my mind because I was just about to put Howie on the spot. I was like, so when can we expect a Milwaukee-Chicago trip? I mean,
okay, we'll set that up. Make sure you have the BCA on your list for August 12th and 13th. We're going to be there. You guys have to be there. That's the Boutique Cigar event festival that we're going to have. And that's what basically Boutique Cigars only.
Yeah.
So it's, well, yeah, we're going to get that information out to you.
Let us look at this week because we've already taken care of a PCA now.
Gotcha.
And now there's so many cigar events popping up now. You know, they have Atlanta week and there's Houston week and Miami. So everybody is just sending us stuff. But our main focus is the TPEs, the PCAs, the boutique cigar associations, the stuff where we can actually be there and we can meet so many business owners across the country.
Yeah.
That we can sit down with, have a cigar with, tell them our story. We do most of our business not really during the show. We do most of our business after the show when we can sit down and break bread with people and have a cocktail and smoke a cigar, and then they just talk to us. And then, you know what? We'll be at your booth tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll be at your booth tomorrow.
So this is what I love about the process. So last year when we was at TPE, right? We just popping on stage. We all the way back where the food at.
Yep.
So we ain't give a commercial. We're in the pop-up shops where the food is. A few people walk past us, a few people stops, and they ask the questions like, who are y'all, where y'all from, what kind of cigars you got, right? And I'm trying to stay as humble as hell. And I'm like, little do y'all know we got some good ass product. How we talk on this one. So what I liked about this year and first in the process, it was, we heard about y'all.
Right.
We heard about y'all smoke. And we heard about y'all cigars. Y'all got good product. Can we be a part of that?
Yeah.
And for me, and my soul and my heart, I was like, okay, us trusting the process and what we got going on, we have a good product, and hopefully next year for the TPE, it'll be even better. But just getting back about the process and what we talked about earlier, like the more you trust the process and you do your work and you get everything together and you have a good product, there is no need for you to really push your product, because in the cigar world, people are pushed for you. So it's just like the old school newspaper magazine.
Yeah.
Like people get to read and talk and say, and it becomes the word of mouth.
Right.
Well, we've been doing a lot of that for you guys, just to let you know. A lot of those people say, we heard about you right here from this show.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, that's why you guys are ambassadors.
Yeah, this was one of our buddies, Brad Burko. He said, shout out to Howard. He goes, I'm looking forward to smoking the many Howard G cigars. The chooches are always talking up this line.
I have to say shout out to Brad, because I saw earlier today, or was it yesterday, one of these days, Brad commented on the post.
Right.
And so I remember I saw it and I liked it. And then he said he's looking forward to watching the show. So thank you, Brad, for tuning in.
Howard, do you have a presence in Arizona? Because that's where Brad is.
Yes.
You do.
Yes. So
speaking of Arizona, we just got a family in the club and some clients in Arizona, and it was word of mouth from somebody else, but they wind up smoking our cigars at TPE, and they wind up damn near buying the whole line of our cigars as well.
They did.
Wow.
Very nice.
So here we go with this, and I'm gonna go on into Howie Horn, because he likes to talk and I really don't like to talk.
Oh, we kind of know this.
But Howie has the one of a kind cigar in our process. If y'all can check the November, December Cigar Snob magazine.
No.
Now they put, and I don't know if y'all ever went to class or college, but I know 89 is a pretty good number when it comes down to grade. That's a high.
Oh yeah.
I wonder who's got 89 these days.
Well, we're smoking it from the Cigar Snob, and it's the one of a kind.
That's
so
right.
Can we toast to Howard G Cigars and the process that we're doing? And I appreciate everything Howard is doing for not only the cigar company, but for me as well.
Industry
The
itself.
industry, absolutely. Cheers.
Well, I can tell you this, and from the bottom of my heart, Cigar Snob may have given you an 89, but the Chooches here, they're giving you like 95, 96 on this.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. With a bullet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Before we continue a little bit more, guys, it's that time to do a little more sponsors, Frank. So
Okay.
take it away. We'll come back with some more.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of belief, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
Oh, is that?
Oh, we were just
talking about how consistent the taste is on this cigar.
Hey, before we get started, fellas. So we were speaking about Arizona, which is on, y'all call it the West Coast. I like to call it the left coast.
Yeah, it is the left coast.
So the cigar lounge we was talking about is Fine Ash Cigars, and the 2 people that we met are Sam and Rosie. Them 2 are their husband and wife. They wound up sweeping our whole line with the Fine Ash.
We're located in Arizona.
Arizona. Make sure y'all visit the Fine Ash Cigars and ask for Sam or Miss Rosie. Point blank.
Is that in Phoenix by any chance? Hear that.
I'm sure Brad will look that up.
Much, Ronnie. It's okay.
I don't hear much. I'm sorry.
Oh, Glendale.
Glendale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard a Dale that's better than Phoenix.
Right. Who's better than
One of our listeners, Anthony James, he goes, "What's going on, guys? Great to see Howard G."
There you go.
There you go, Anthony. Thank you.
No, yeah. If you guys are in the Glendale area, then stop by Fine Ash Cigars. Definitely pick up a Howard.
Pick up the whole line. Pick up the whole line.
Like, get boxes of the whole line. Sell them out, and so they have to keep buying more.
There you go.
Appreciate y'all.
Won't be disappointed. That's for damn sure.
No.
So is that the exclusive on any other lines, or is that's it for single?
I think he gave us enough tonight. Come on.
Listen, I'm gonna test Howie now. Last year when we had him on, he kind of was teasing a little bit about expanding his All Pro Series line, and he may have been in talks with some.
Hey, look at him drinking. Look at him drinking.
He's trying to avoid that.
He's avoiding it. But you know, always Howie on the spot. So, Howie, talk to me about the All Pro Series, and are you going to expand in 2022?
I answer that for him.
All right.
Okay.
So here's what people don't understand. Howie is always open to expand, but what Howie wants, and Howie don't care what your name is, how good you've been in your sport, how much of a Hall of Famer you are, hint. Right. You got to go through the process.
Yeah. Right. And that makes sense.
You have to.
Smoking cigars for 10 straight days, getting sick is part of the process.
You got a good memory. You must be eating your fish oils. I like that.
Yes, I was a black and white striper. Yes.
I'll let Howard explain that. I just had to put my 2 cents.
You know what? He's exactly right. So when you look at it from the standpoint of it's a serious process. So if you want me to just make a cigar and and make a label on it, it's not authentic.
Right.
Because it's a blend that I think is good, and then we just put your name on it. The issue with that is, if it's not your favorite cigar, I can't 100% sell it because it will go against what we've already created. If that
You got
makes
to
sense.
believe in what you sell.
You're absolutely right.
So when we made the cigar for Leon Cersei, the big Cersei, and if you go to our page, there's a video with him smoking the cigar, and he's saying, "This is my favorite cigar," because we went through the process and we made that. Ike Taylor just told you, gentlemen, when you smoke this cigar, you're smoking his palate.
Yes.
He went through the process, and so when he says the thing about, do we have people reaching out? Yes, we have people reaching out all the time. But to be on the All Pro Series, it's not like you just walk in and say, "Hey," because that's not what we're about. We're not running a sprint in this business.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not in the boat business in this company. We're running the marathons. You know, when people running those 10K,
Triathlon.
you know, they're running from Orlando to over there to Seattle. That's what we're doing, foot by foot.
Right.
And so we're there's no shortcut in the thing. If you're serious about that, the first 2 things is you have to be an all pro. And so I don't determine who's an all pro. Who determines who's an all pro is the 2 gentlemen that actually are all pros.
Right.
There you go.
They don't want to have the qualification to state, "Hey, yeah, this individual is definitely an all pro worthy." And then from that particular process is when we'll go through what the process is to make the fine cigar for that individual.
Now, Howard, would you consider going outside of football and maybe considering other sports?
Yeah. It's not just football.
Gotcha.
All pro doesn't mean football.
Perfect.
Yeah, we have NBA players we talk to. I just did a golfers. We just did a celebrity golf tournament and at TPC, Tampa Players Championship.
Yeah.
And I was there with, you know, a plethora of baseball players, football, as well as hockey players, and some old NBA players. And so they purchased a lot of cigars, and they were smoking our line there for the whole thing, and it was an amazing event. Shout out to the Ricky Hockey Foundation we had a great time, and so that event was really great, and we got a chance to talk to a whole lot of individuals that love the cigars, and they were open to different things, and we're like, hey, it's something real busy, because we're not in a rush for this, guys. You know that.
Well, Howie, I know there's an all-pro podcast show called the Great Lakes Smoke Show. I mean,
no, I was just saying, you thought celebrity podcast.
For the, I mean, not to toot our own horn here, but
Cigars. I'll be happy to tell you my palate.
Speaking of Great Lakes, we gotta give a big ash shout out to Great Lakes.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big ash.
Here we go.
Great Lakes,
We'll drink to that. We'll take
We'll drink to that. Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
To the Great Lakes.
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all pros.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Old pros.
At least
So you
three of
guys
them.
are ambassadors, so I mean,
That's true.
it
Ambassador.
comes with perks.
That's right. It does.
We could call that the Ambassador Great Lakes crew.
The ambassador line.
The ambassador.
The ambassador line.
Yeah, the ambassador line.
You know?
What you know is who you know. So we talking to the right people right
You
now.
are. We are. And we're talking to the right people. You know? So after the show, stay on and we'll talk some more.
I mean, I foresee like a 2-week vacation down in Florida, and let's smoke.
It's at least 2 days, 2 weeks, because 10 days we got to get sick.
Oh yeah.
And after we get sick,
We're fine.
then we're fine.
We're good.
Warm Florida.
So, Howard, we have a question here from Anthony James. Is Howard G from Florida, and what cigar lounge does he consider home base? How long has he been in business?
That's a great question. Yes, I'm actually I was born and raised in Kissimmee, Florida. And so that's about 30 minutes south of where I live currently in the Dr. Phillips Windermere area.
Right.
I went to school in Kissimmee, Southeast Academy, right off of Route 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to Mill Creek Elementary, Den John Middle School, and Osceola Cowboys with a K.
Okay, we'll go with that.
and so I believe his question was, what's our home cigar lounge?
Yeah.
Our home cigar lounge is Corona Cigar.
I was about to say, I think we know that one.
Specifically Sand Lake.
Just follow Howie on Instagram for a second. You'll find out where he's at.
The Ike and Howard show there. Everything's
there. I believe you also asked how long we've been in business. So
yes,
we started. Actually, I unveiled the cigars. They were already sitting for over 7 months. So the first 4 lines was unveiled in 2020 during the pandemic.
Wow.
There was nothing else to do besides work out with Ike and
wow.
Everything was, we put everything in motion. It was already done. Cigars coming in. And we started the process of, Ike was one of the first guys that was smoking the line and giving his feedback. And, I had about 500 other people that I trust that really smoke cigars and are, serious enthusiasts and guys from other companies, across the country that I have great relationship with, that we sent cigars to, and just got a great response from so many people, and then we just went from there.
Nice, really good.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Well, it's just the beginning, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to hit a grand slam. You have a grand slam line as it is right now.
Beginning of a long.
Howie, I'm going to put you on the spot again.
Again, Frank.
Oh boy, how many times?
Howie, take his ambassadorship away. Let him earn this. I mean, come on, Frank.
Well, Howie, I know that you're engaged.
Yes.
And
you sure you want to go down this road?
I do.
Uh-oh.
And I know Rach, she's
Frank.
an unbelievable person. I mean, I met both of you. I knew that I met special people.
Yeah.
And you said, well, this is going to be the year. Is this going to be the year that Howie actually does the I do thing?
You know what?
Ray sent him $100 just to ask this question, right?
She just
tired of waiting. Will you be his best man?
You know what? That's a great question.
This is where you're supposed to drink.
No, I'm not going to drink because I'm going to answer it. And the reason why is because, yes, the answer is yes.
Pay Frank $100.
With the COVID stuff, we have to, be respectful with that. And so, so we kind of pushed it back, but it's going to be the end of the year. So it's either the end of October or November. And she has to finalize that. Matter of fact, we have an appointment on Valentine's Day to look at a venue because I've X'd out 2 venues that was not cigar friendly. So, if you don't take cigar,
Friendly.
you don't take me. And so the first question she asked to this venue that she picked out, and the first question she asked was, "Are you cigar friendly?" And they said, "Absolutely." So,
Nice.
so we have an appointment on the 12th. I mean on the 14th.
Nice.
Awesome.
Monday's around the corner, big man.
Yeah. We good.
I knew my question had some. Was timely.
You got paid for that question. What are you talking about?
Great.
And I already know what the wedding gifts are going to be. It's going to be a box of cigars of your choice. Very nice. Congratulations.
Well, I mean,
we're happy to hear that.
If he needs someone to cover his wedding for us, I mean, I think there's 4 chooches that we could probably do a podcast from his wedding. You know?
We could
I'm sure Rachel would love that. And another guy with a beard hanging out at your wedding. Listen, you don't want us anywhere near your wedding, Howard.
Outside interviewing the people as they come in and out.
What is this, a red carpet?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make a red carpet. This is special, man. This is gonna be. We just got an exclusive again, and you forgot the music.
Hey, Frank's throwing curveballs here. I'm not prepared for this.
Well, he's always putting him on the spot. That's it. Take away his ambassadorship and let him earn it again.
I knew Cousin Frank was going to put me on the spot already. The reason why. The first show I did with you guys, you notice he had a whole collection of my wardrobe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Howie Couture. Howie G Couture.
Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I knew it, you know.
We might have to put that on our website, you know. I don't know. Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
Very good.
You guys. That's fantastic news.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, congratulations.
She's amazing. Like literally, she makes everything. I mean, she makes everything literally roll. Like absolutely.
She sure does. I have another question that came popped up here. It's from Anthony James. Is Howard and I college graduates in business? And have you faced any failure that made your cigars better? That's a great question.
Yeah,
it is a good one.
That is. You want to go first?
We're not college roommates, but we do have degrees from. Well, I do have a degree from college. First of all, it's not in business; it's in psychology. Second of all, I thrive off of failure. Because that really puts me in the mode. Either what did I do wrong? How can I change it? And I'm cool with adversity. So my whole thing is one, tell me what I can't do, and I'm gonna prove to you that I can.
Nice.
Two, my best life lessons was through failure.
Right.
That's how you get better. The more times you fail, the quicker and better you're going to succeed in.
Yeah.
They said if you get knocked down 7, stand up 8, and you can continue to say how many times you fail.
Right.
So I'm really a strong believer on failing, but getting up, because a lot of people fail and they don't get up. They point the finger, and it's never their fault.
Right.
That's what I'm huge on. And I do have a 15-year-old son, so I explained to him as well. When you fail and when things don't go your way, or the days you don't feel like getting up out of bed, or it's raining, or blase, hey bro, you gotta get up. Because this what the world don't care about. And one of my old school coaches said this best. People don't care about your problems, they're glad you got them.
Yeah.
Because after that, they say better you than me.
Right. Yeah.
You're right.
That's exactly how I look at life. I'm cool with failing. And the reason why I'm cool with failing is I tried and I went for my aspirations and you didn't.
Right.
So, and I'm learn from them. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Beautiful words, and I love that saying. And Ike put it so eloquently, and it's all about, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up.
That's right.
That's the bet. That those are words to live by ever. Through life and anything you do.
And in the famous words of our famous listeners, Mr. Dave, you're on the right show for psychology.
There's a Ronnie. Hey, we haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
We've been asked about it, and I had to throw it in there. I saw it earlier. What's up? No Ronnieism? So there's for you, buddy.
He gave you one now.
I don't mind failing at all. Like I don't see it's raining right now and it's cold in Florida right now. And I tell people all the time it's a different kind of cold. So I'm an outside damn near caveman kind of guy. So and I like to run. So when the weather's cold and I text people how they day going and they say, man, it's raining outside, the weather sucks. And I say, damn, you just not appreciative of just waking up in the morning, because there's a lot of people who didn't wake up. Regardless
right.
Regardless of where the weather is.
That's a fact.
I just try to simplify my life. And for me, on simplifying my life is waking up in the morning, because it's another day and another opportunity. I don't care about the weather because that's something I can't control.
That's
what
right.
I can control is my mindset and what I need to do regardless on the weather on reaching my goals.
Perfect, Ike. That's
perfectly said.
Yep.
Excellent.
The good Lord has his plan for all of us. So
yep.
Absolutely.
Wake up in the morning,
it
2 feet hit the ground. Praise the Lord.
Indeed. Hey guys, would you like to stay on board a little bit and maybe join us with the wonderful segment of Smoke the Shoot?
All right, we're gonna go to a commercial break and we'll be back to have a little fun and see if I can stump you guys.
Okay, let's go.
RnA Treasures out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs. Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our two major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars, designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
A bit more. Oh, here we go.
There we are.
Heck.
And of course, we're talking about your cigar.
Again, we're talking about your cigars.
I really can't smoke mine anymore.
These are masters, I'll tell you.
But Bob has a good question for you, Howie, because
there's a lot
events.
of turmoil in the world right now, and I don't know if it's something you want to talk about, or has it even affected you? But do you anticipate any kind of issues right now with the change of government in Nicaragua, Honduras, and the major players?
Right now for us, because we're more of a boutique line, I have a close relationship with our actual manufacturer. He owns 50% of the factory of American Caribbean Cigars. He's actually a really close friend of mine, and now as well as Ike. Where our main priority from him to us is our line, because he sees the growth, he sees the projection. So there might be an issue, I would say, next year,
right,
where the prices might have to go up a little bit more because of tobacco, is what he was telling us.
Sure.
But as far as this year, for everything that we already have, because what my job is to scale, to foresee every quarter of the year, and so I try to stay abreast on that to just try to make sure. So watch while the progression that we already have, but also look at the progression that I really want to go for us, and to already have that already in there in the process. And so as far as right now, we're good. But I will tell you, I'm not divulging.
No. I didn't mean to put you in the spot, but
we do have some exclusive lines that we're coming out with that are going to have some other different type of tobaccos from other sources as well, because we want the line to be able to have its own identity, meaning not everything that you make comes from, even though the factory is amazing, and they do a stand-up job, but we're dabbling into some Dominican Republic type of tobaccos that we can put through our same process,
right,
and build some quality cigars there. And also, we're looking at some different Honduran type of tobacco as well, where we can put through the same process and add that on our line. I mean, of course, it's going to take a lot of cigar smoking, a lot of different things like that, and then aging to get the right thing that we want. But before we come to the masses, we will definitely have that. But as far as, we look at, we're partners and we pay for, to be connected to PCA as well. So we're excited to see the fight that they're doing for the industry, and for exclusively the premium cigar line.
Right.
When we donate and we pay to support that, we do that because we take this extremely seriously.
Right.
And with so many other individuals saying that they're a cigar line now, and they're in the cigar world, but they really are not doing what we're doing. It kind of looks like, hey, I'm going to take something and I'm going to spray something on my cigar and it has a different taste and stuff like that. That takes away from the actual premium side of a cigar, because when you go through the process of buying tobacco that's 8 and 10-year age, number one, it's different than buying a regular crop that just come out. And when you go past that and say, okay, once the cigars are rolled, we have our own. We're grown to the spot now where we have our own 16 pairs that their whole job in Nicaragua is just to roll our line.
Wow!
And so that's a big step for us that we're definitely excited about, because these people, their whole life depends on rolling our line.
Right.
And so we want to continue to keep them people employed with having a job, because they know they only work on the Howard G Cigars side. That's that whole thing. But when we look at the process, there's some people that are not doing the process, and it's fine. We don't bad talk anybody, but when people come to us and ask us, hey, are you going to make something that's going to be flavored, or are you going to make something that's infused? And the first thing going to my mind is, do you not see what they're trying to do with that community?
Right.
The infused cigars, and now the flavored cigars. The government is really going after it, because
the FDA has got.
The FDA is comparing that to like a cigarette and menthol. They're saying that when you spray different things on it, it's not premium anymore. And so we're not trying to. We're staying away from that whole sector. I know there's a huge amount of people that smoke that, and they ask us about that. But that's one of the reasons why we're coming out with, the Connecticut line, because we're saying, hey, if you smoke cigars, you want to start off, and you really want to start off with something that's going to be completely mild, well, try the breakfast cigar that we're going to tag it the breakfast cigar, which is the one of a kind, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And we have another Connecticut that's coming on the Majestic line as well. That's different, completely different tobaccos, but it's going to be the same process of the whole line. And the reason why is because it's not fair to the consumer. Okay, it's not fair to the consumer that they fall in love with your line, and you tell them that your cigar has been aged for how many years on the tobacco side, and then when the cigar is made and rolled, it rests for so many months. Well, if you're used to that, and now you buy something and you smoke it, if you're a consumer and you say, well, we thought we were trying to get away by just keeping it 30 days.
No.
That's totally different. Somebody that's used to the Black Moses line, that's 90 days age.
Right.
You can taste it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no question
if
about
you're gonna cut the process, why not cut the price?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And then when you look at the one of a kind line, that sits 120 days minimum.
Right.
Because like I said about his wine. And so, and it's because it's his name. And it's my name. So we're one of the things that Ike and I talk, we talk, 3-4 times a day. But one of the things that we said, we were talking together, and we said, it's not a bad thing when you have back orders. It's not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Especially
Not at all.
when you have a product that is just needs to wait a little longer to meet the threshold that we already introduced to the market.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You got to put it out right. You got to put
Howard,
it out right.
have you already chosen your leaf for this year? You already have it chosen and sitting, waiting?
So we have the leaf already chosen for everything is already put together for the one of a kind Connecticut wrap with a torpedo. We already have, of course, our normal line, and then we also have the little Circe.
Gotcha.
I think I told you about that already.
Yep, the shorty.
Circe, so what I can smoke this is the big Circe,
right?
Which is a phenomenal cigar, but a lot of people get scared of it because of the size of it.
I like it.
We sell a ton of it because of on the golf course. It's a cigar that can last you 18 holes.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
But if you follow me and Ike during the football playoffs, that's the cigar we were smoking while we were sitting there watching my Cowboys get debacle. That's what we were smoking. We were smoking that cigar when we was watching Kansas City when they came back on in 13 seconds against the Bills. That's the same cigar we were smoking then. And so when we look at it, we was like, this Big Circe is an amazing cigar, but it lasts us, 2.5, 3/4 of the football game.
Absolutely.
So we was like, so now we have a tagline, where you want to go to play golf. But I mean, it's not a cigar if you're in a rush, you don't have time.
No.
Most people that really want to smoke a cigar and have a nice drink, wine or cognac or scotch, they typically have about a couple hours to sit back and relax.
Absolutely. And that's a good close to 3 hour smoke.
It really is.
I mean,
yes,
for me anyway.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's why I love it. I only have to smoke that one cigar all night.
we have consumers that send us messages. Shout out to Mr. Lester. He loves the Big Circe, and that's his choice cigar when he has to do some readings and sit back and just grab a book and read and do other stuff like that. That's the cigar of choice for him. He's another guy that we consider an ambassador for the company. I mean, it's in his humidor. The whole line is in his humidor, and so just things like that, man. We're just appreciative and excited because it's just one stick at a time for us. We're not
That's
We
why I
have a
have a
question.
for you.
Who, what? All right. What? Go for Bruce. Go ahead.
Bruce,
What are you smoking for the Super Bowl?
Let's start with Ike.
Probably smoke. So I'm gonna smoke the Sirs, and I got real good lungs. So right now I'm just taking my time on the Great Lake Show, right? So I'm gonna smoke the Sirs.
So we got another hour and a half to keep you on to finish that.
A few minutes because I gotta wake up and train some kids.
Yeah.
All right. We got it.
I'm gonna smoke
No problem.
the
Now, the one thing you did mention earlier is, and it's probably important to look into, is you mentioned about the DR, which has probably got the most stable government in the industry right now, and probably the best way to going into the looking at a new leaf and a new product because of the stability that government has going for you. So that's probably a good venue for you to look at, to change things up and bring in a new line with.
But Rome wasn't built in a day, one.
That's right.
That's correct.
Two, you gotta, and since I'm so used to on the fly of playing football, you gotta adjust and evolve.
Absolutely.
You can't have the caveman mentality all your life, or opportunities will pass you by.
Absolutely.
So to answer your question, I'm gonna do the Sirs, I'm gonna do the Cameroon, and I'm gonna do. So how we got the Cameroon that I like on this line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the Cameroon, and I'm gonna do the one of a kind. Them three I'm gonna smoke because you gotta understand, like, for the Super Bowl, it's damn near a 4.5, 5 hour window.
Right. It's the pre-Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, and then the post-Super Bowl.
Yeah, so
There you go.
Like you got it all laid out.
And you
Not
got
bad.
the Super Bowl, and you got the first half. Then now the first half, you got between 30 and 45 minutes for halftime because they got to promote all the commercials. They got to do everything they need to do. You got Snoop, you got Dr. Dre, you got
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, you got a lot.
Eminem.
Then you got the second half. Then you got post game. So you
with you.
5 to 6 hours.
There you go.
Don't forget, guys. Ike has to watch everything,
I gotta watch everything
because he has his podcast that's called Believe in Steelers that he does every day, Monday through Friday, where he breaks down the game from a technical level, but he makes it in layman's terms for people that's never played football in their life where they can understand. And so I look forward to when he's done with his podcast because I have to watch it. I know football, and I talk to him on a whole nother level, but to see guys, you would believe the people that get excited when they see him at Coronas because they say, man, I didn't know what the hell a cover 2 was when he broke it down. I'm like, oh shit, I know what a cover 2 is. So this is a cover 3. So now they're like floored because now they're calling people saying, hey, my buddy is Ike Taylor, man. I smoke cigars. He's my buddy. Look, I just took a picture of it. Look at it. So now looking down coverages. So now I want to ask Ike who's he's going for the Super Bowl. Because I ain't gonna lie, he's 2 for 3 so far. If he's betting, he's 2 for 3.
So are you saying that Ike is the new John Madden of football?
Oh,
100%. 1,000%.
I'm just asking.
They laughed at me before the playoffs. I said the 49ers are going to meet Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. I hit one and I missed on one. And they asked me why. And I explained why the 49ers or Cincinnati was going to make it to the Super Bowl. So now that I hit on Cincinnati, they're like, okay, cha-ching, we understand why. Last year, they laughed at me when I said Tampa was going to win the Super Bowl. But I understand, I see, and I feel. So my whole thing when it comes down to football, I always wanted to be a general manager because I look at college kids and I draft and I have NFL teams who ask me about college kids. So they're like, since you so into football, what you think about this kid? And I just give them my straight up honest opinion on this kid. So then they go further. Okay, what's his pros and his cons? And I tell them, okay, this is his pros and their cons. And then we go in depth. They say, So what round you think he's gonna go? And I say he'll probably go this round. But I say, but if a position is getting drafted in the first round, like if quarterbacks are getting drafted in the first round, and you might have a quarterback who they might be thinking getting drafted in the high second round, he's gonna go late first because that's where the market is going. But now, if you talk about linebackers, receivers, or other positions, defense, offensive linemen, it's the same thing. So once I break that down to people and give them who, so I'm breaking the positions down, but I'm actually giving them, okay, so-and-so is going to this team. And when you talk about media and being an analysis, if you can hit on 3 guys that's going to that team, you're winning.
Yeah.
Every year I hit on at least 3 guys who are going to that team. I'm not talking about 3 guys who's going to go in the first round. I'm talking about 3 guys who are going to go to that team.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Take away the first draft pick and everything else is basically
it's a lot. So the first draft pick, he's gonna go there.
Right.
Now, all right, after the first draft pick, as your so-called expertise before the draft even starts. This guy's going here, this guy's going there, that guy's going there. Damn, I can hit that on the head.
Every time. I got to interject on that because last year's NFL draft that we just had last year, Ike called me. He said, "Listen, come to the house, man. At the draft, excuse me. We're gonna have some food. Come in. Let's watch the draft." I said, "Perfect." And when I got there, Ike already had his list of the first round. Ike gave me his list. We're watching the draft. Not to mention, I am a Cowboy fan. What he had coming to the Dallas Cowboys was Michael Parsons.
Wow.
And I'm like, back from Penn State. He was like, "Yep, y'all getting him." Now, me being a Cowboy fan and watching, all the sports shows that I watch, they were saying that the Cowboys were really shooting to get the corner, Patrick Surtain Jr., to put on the other side so we can have a lockdown corners.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know about that one. Like, I think we're going to go with Patrick Surtain, yada, yada, yada. When it came down to the thing, and they called Michael Parsons, I looked at I said, "You know what, but I'm never going to argue with you." It's the reason why you won 2 Super Bowls, and they're still calling you and asking you questions. There's a reason why. And the next thing is, out of the list of 31 teams that he had 32 teams, he hit on 27 of them.
Wow.
His first round picks.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Great call.
I got to tip my hat to that because this is not something this is something that I just saw with my own eyes because I just talk football with him. Of course, I mean we talk cigars, but and I got to give him credit too. I bet $1,000 a week on my Cowboys. Hold on, let me finish. So, in the regular season, we went 12-5.
Right, you did good.
Anybody that understands mathematics knows I'm up 7,000.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I says, "Hey, you might not want to bet on the Cowboys this week." So I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "It's a game of matchups, Howie." He says, "You would have been better off playing the Rams, Tampa Bay, because you saw what Dak did their first week against Tampa Bay. You guys can play with them. These guys can burn their secondary every time."
Right.
He says, but when it turns into playoffs, he said the 49ers act like the Steelers used to act, where they're gonna run and gun and hit you right in the mouth every play. So I said, "I come watch the Dallas game with me, and I'm gonna return the favor and watch the Steelers game with you." He said, "Okay, done deal." So he comes to watch the Cowboys game with me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm thankful that I didn't bet. Because when I saw those guys come out with the boom box on the locker room, and Debo Samuel and Trent Williams and the whole team, and they were coming out, they were ready to go. And when my Cowboys came out, I swear there was some Beethoven playing because those guys came out. And when San Francisco, and then we win the toss. So in my mind, I'm like, we're gonna get the ball, go down there, and score first. This is America's team. Let's show them. And we defer to the second half like we were just some stellar studs here. And those guys got the ball and ran down the field and punched us in the mouth. You can ask, like, I think I bust like 3 head gaskets. I was there. And, but I gotta tell you, his brotherhood when it comes to football is different than when we're working out. Because he was very nice to me when he saw my Cowboys going down. He was like, hey, you still got action. You still got time. He said, Dak, you got another chance. He was very, very, very nice to me when I knew we was on the Titanic and the ship was going down. and I was get life support. But I was telling you got to believe and all that kind of stuff. And I knew what was going to happen. And I just wanted to tell him, publicly that I appreciate you having the love for me to deal through this debacle that my Cowboys did to me this year.
Fellas, I saw that big ass vein in his head get bigger, right?
Well, listen, I can make
you if that vein get any bigger, man, we're gonna have to call them people.
Howard, I got a way to make big money for you. Put $1,000 every week on the Jets.
Yeah.
$1,000 a week. You got a lot of cigars.
Oh, you mean that they're gonna lose?
Yes, to lose. $1,000 a week to lose. Trust me.
I did real well with that.
Yeah, that or the Lions. You can bet on them.
Or the Bears.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Wow. Anyway, you guys can stay on board. Howard, we're going to do the special segment. I don't know if you want to maybe offer one of our winners. If there is a winner, maybe a...
Absolutely.
All right, all right.
If we have a winner...
If we have
then,
one, make it hard.
It's a pleasure for us to be able to... you guys are ambassadors. So what we can do is, what I'll do is
2 cigars.
Here we go.
No. That's regular people do that. We're ambassadors.
We're ambassadors.
Yeah, we could smoke the last 2 Ambassador Howard G's anyway.
No, but we're ambassadors. We are ambassadors of the Great Lakes Smoke Show. So here's what we're gonna do. We have a person that wins, right?
Yep.
I'm going to pay for it. We're going to give them a Howard G collection pack.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
No. Listen, we wouldn't have been on this podcast with you guys if you guys wasn't special to us.
Thank
you. And so we appreciate you guys more than ever. And cousin Frank and cousin Bob, I'll see y'all in Lake Mary next week. But what I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna do a collection pack. So here's I want them to smoke everything on the line. Because you know why?
Wow.
It means more to us to get the cigar to a consumer's hand that actually smokes.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
yeah,
it makes more sense.
That's awesome.
Then to magazines and other things like that.
Very nice.
You got to get the cigar in their hands. And here's the thing. You know what we did at Kafie? What do we do at PCA? We get the cigar in their hands and they smoke it.
Yep.
And that's the most beautiful thing that we could do, in my opinion. You agree with me, Ike?
I agree 100%. Hey,
to get it in their hands.
Fellas, I have to.
Beautiful.
I got to get up early in the morning, but here's my shout out.
All right.
Everybody who's tuning in, and we're going to start with the late. So make sure it's great, and make sure y'all, after the great or the late, y'all listen to the show. So that's a great late show. So if y'all ever tuning in about cigars, make sure y'all tuning in to the Great Lake Show. They got 4 ambassadors. And
That's
it's
right.
the reason why we're on the show.
Yeah.
The reason why we're on the show, one, because they want us on. Two, they like our cigars. So make sure y'all go to howardgcigars.com. And we got a whole line of cigars. Howard Cigars, the Black Moses and Company with the All Pro Series. And make sure y'all smoke the one of a kind. And make sure before y'all do anything, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And I'm talking to everybody who's viewing or following. Make sure y'all go to the Great Lake Show. And I appreciate y'all, fellas.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Cinco de Mayo, I cannot wait.
Hey, Frank,
Can I call in with a pseudo name now?
And it's time to play
Stomp the
Smoke the Chooch. Blanco Cigar Company. And so for today's questions to anyone there can answer. So Howard, Ike,
okay,
feel free to answer any of these. So let's go and see what we have here.
Wait, don't you want our introduction of our beautiful sound?
Oh, you want me
to
mascot. This is our mascot, Howard. That's and Ike, Chooch in Italian means jackass. So I try to make a jackass out of all of these guys, and hopefully it worked.
What are you, Frank?
So,
My mother-in-law?
by the quality of the donkey teeth, we call them veneers.
That's funny.
Hey, that jackass paid a lot for those veneers.
That was a Frankism.
Oh,
is there a such thing?
I'm going to go back to this year, 1978. And how much things cost back in 1978. So, and what things were. So what was the interest rate?
16%.
How much?
16%.
It was pretty high.
It was very high.
It was very high, but not that high. Not that high.
I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7.
It was actually 11.75%. 11.75%. Now,
Frank, your questions are like so narrow.
Hey, well, that's the way it works. And do you know what the average monthly rent was?
78. I think I was paying like about $500 for my apartment.
400.
Nope, $280.
Really? Wow. So I got ripped off.
And a gallon of gas cost
78. Oh,
What?
That was
45 cents.
$1.50.
45 cents.
A gallon of what?
gas.
45 cents.
63 cents a gallon.
Really? Wow.
Yep. Okay.
It's a good 5-cent cigar.
On this date in history, folks, on this date in history, the Winter Olympics opened where?
Lake Placid.
No, that
What
was
year? What year?
What year?
2002.
No.
2002.
Yeah, my mom and
Oh,
dad.
2002?
Yeah.
Okay, 2002.
Oh,
Was it in Atlanta?
No.
No.
Oh, it was in the United States.
Huh?
It was in the U.S.
Oh, Utah? Was it Utah?
It was Utah. Yes, it was.
Right.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I'm making a fool of all of these guys.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Well, he's an athlete. He should know these things.
Oh, come on. How many sports are there?
I love the Olympics, so it's whatever.
There you go. One more for us, Choo.
One more for you.
Curling fan?
Curling fan. I'm a big curling fan.
Okay.
I mean, doing like curls in the gym.
I thought you thought about when you had hair.
I thought you actually slide on the ice and brush it while it's going down, though.
I like that. You notice none of them are real
Keep it clean.
thin and cut people.
Oh, I'm cut.
You don't need to be. You just
I'm
need
cut
to
like the Michelin Man.
Cut.
Ron could do commercials for the Michelin Man.
Hey,
More he's got more rolls than a couple of tires.
Hey, Ron's in shape. It's a circle.
No, bro, he ain't curling shape. He ain't curling shape.
Howie, these guys going to take with you.
All right, 1924. No, actually 1922.
Ooh.
What was installed in the White House in 1922?
1922. A
Bathrooms.
bunker underneath the building.
No, they used at the White House. They used outhouses in 1922. Actually, the first time they actually installed the radio.
Radio.
The radio.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yep.
Oh.
And this is for the audience. This is the big prize
one.
now. This is for an entire collection.
Yeah, wait a second. I'm going to call in as a pseudo name.
Okay.
I want that.
Yeah, so do we. At least you get to see them down there. We got to fight for these things.
So,
all right. Here we go, folks. This is for the crowd. This is the audience.
This is for the audience, folks. Get ready to answer this very, very good
Frank
question.
and I are on the phones looking.
I know everybody's getting ready.
I know Bruce is ready. I know Bruce
always
is ready.
Hey, Kyle, make sure you get that music ready. Okay, this is going to be a little. I'll read the question and it'll pop on the screen.
Or silence.
On this date in history, the United States Postal Service creates a commemorative stamp of famed rocker on what would have been his 58th birthday, folks.
Come on. Easy.
Argento says Elvis.
Yeah.
Could that be the answer? Could it be Elvis, folks? Wow. Look at that, huh?
Very cool. Now getting the Howard G collection.
Wow. Who is that guy?
Bruce got beat.
Bruce got beat tonight. Wow.
That's a shock. You know, last time I had to send something to a lady named Tracy Bruce.
Bruce, that's right.
Yeah.
She's a Bruce
Was
person.
Tracy on it?
Yeah.
He wasn't on tonight.
Barry wins.
That's right.
Barry, I'll get that sent out to you this week. Just get us your address.
Yep.
It's a done deal.
We'll get that to you.
Congratulations.
Yes. That's a great gift.
There you go,
That
Barry.
was quick, too. Barry was quick.
I know. He was so quick before. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Barry had his Alexa sitting right next to him on that one. Congrats, Barry. We'll get that out to you, man. Anyway,
I don't get nothing for saying Utah in 2002.
You're right.
what was that?
I don't get nothing for saying Winter Olympics 2002 to Utah.
You get a one-of-a-kind cigar.
Hold on. Let me give it to him real quick. Here you go.
There he is. Howard. Thank you, Howard. You saved me the postage.
Oh, guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It
Thank you.
fun.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
we're excited for you, both of you, and really we're looking forward to the Cinco de Mayo. And again, Bob and Frank will be with you guys as usual, probably every time that you're over at the lounge. Kyle and I would just have to make special appointments, it looks like.
Until I get down there.
No, we're coming to Chicago. You just gave us an invite.
Oh, you get the. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Don't go in February.
Don't go in February.
We're booked in February, but
Don't forget.
We think
It's summer time there.
June, July is the best time.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right. That's Chicago weather for sure.
Let's get Milwaukee, Chicago on the map here.
All right.
Absolutely. They need your cigars out there.
Absolutely.
Anyway, guys, once again, we
Thank
can't
you very much, guys.
It's been a lot of fun. And from all of us to all of you folks, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you next week here at the Great Lakes Smoke Show. Now, till then, Frank.
Take it away, Frank.
Many of the cigar brands that we make They're antique, historic cigar brands. They've been made on and off for about 100 years.
When you're smoking Toscano, you're smoking 206 years of history.
The Italians are here.
We're here. We're in the house. For some reason, we're finding a lot of Italians on this show.
My leave
Yes,
to go and
Bruce.
take the cannoli uncles over here. Decided I would be on the show sometime.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Hey,
hey,
we won't hold that against you. We invented this we want to give people the opportunity to smoke the cigar at the optimal level.
The Chooch cigar.
Can you believe it?
The Blanco 9 Chooch.
¿Cómo va? ¿Está bien?
¿Qué dice?
¿Cómo está? Finally, I can answer the question. Anything new?
Yeah.
And we have some cool new stuff from Oliva.
This is a passion for me. It's not a job.
Your love and passion for this is,
I love it.
unbelievable.
That's why we can make pipes out of this variety of corn.
11 years ago, I went back. I bought the rights to everything La Polina.
Sure, it's family.
And restarted the brand again as a tribute to my grandfather.
It's nice because you get to see a lot of your friends. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 30 years, so a lot of these people are like family.
Build a platform where we could celebrate boutique cigars.
Leave Starlight House blend for one store in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Join forces of pipe tobacco and
superheroes. I always look forward to the Super Bowl events, and I always look at the trade show as just one of those things.
We're not just selling cigars. We try to live our lives, and we use this as a means to share our stories and to really create community.
Hold on, man. Wow, that was wow, man. You got me.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.